Great to be here with you again. I am Karen, coming to you from Salt and Sand Studios in Vermont. We have been escaped, luckily, the dangers of the flooding, but in honor of all of the victims of the flooding here, whatever donations are made today through our website, we will match and give directly to flood relief. Anyway, that's today, the 22nd of July. I'm wearing sneakers. You're welcome to not wear sneakers. I'm out of my boot, but I'm in an ankle brace. Feeling pretty good. So we're going to find our seats, move into a nice long spine, releasing the shoulders from the ears. Today's focus is from here to there, which is the awareness of the transitions from posture to posture. So we'll do a gentle class. We're going to start with the Matsya Mudra. It is the mudra of fluidity, of releasing contractions of the muscles, of ease. Matsya, M-A-T-S-Y-A. You're going to take your left hand, bring the fingers together, bring the thumb out like you're making an L. I'm going to place that just around navel height. And then we're going to take the right hand and do the same thing. All the fingers together. If they do, if they don't, they don't. Thumb out, and that hand goes on top of the left one. So it looks something like this, which looks a little bit like, I don't know, some sort of ocean animal. And then the fingers point out from the body. With your long spine, imagining that the sitting bones and the lower part of the body is really heavy, and that the space from the top of the pelvis all the way to the crown of the head is very light. Focus in on the breath. Deep, deep, deep breath in. And a complete breath out. 2 more of those. Now a body scan from the toes all the way to the crown of the head, and take a little pause, a little acknowledgement of any place that's feeling constricted. And that could be constricted in the sense of a muscular constriction. Yeah, I almost said constriction. Or any place that maybe there's an emotional constriction. You can close your eyes, you can cast them downward. I'm just going to follow a line up from the toes to the heels, the knees. Anything constricted, just pause there. The thighs, front and back, hips, pelvis, low belly, low back, rib cage and all the muscles around it. Chest, the throat, shoulders, shoulder blades, upper arms, elbows, the forearms, wrists, the hands and fingers. Imagine now that the breath is like a wave of ease washing up and down the body, washing away any constriction, bringing in softness, calmness, ease, fluidity. Press your palms now together at your heart. Take a big breath in, a full breath out. Formulate an intention for this practice, or maybe it's a dedication. Maybe it's a dedication to someone in your life, or some beings, group of beings that could use some ease. We'll kick off the more active part of the practice with the sound of Om. It's not required to join in, but if you would like to, breathe all the air from your lungs, then we'll breathe in deep and chant. An interlace of your fingers, press the palms forward, round your spine, drop your head. Be cognizant of, experience a shift, long and tall in your seat with the palms overhead. Move into a tilt, left or right, doesn't matter. Press the sitting bones to the earth. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, tilt other side. Finding fluidity, a twist over the first shoulder. There's no perfect landing. It's not like, gymnastics where you finish your routine and then you do your dismount, your final posture that they're looking for perfection. There is no perfection. Inhale, come through the center and twist to the other side. That's why it's called a practice. Inhale towards center. Interlace the fingers behind your low back. Draw your knuckles to the ground. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Get really, really tall on the spine. Lift your heart a little bit more. Maybe drop the head back, opening up the throat. And then slowly with a strong belly, fold forward, keeping your hands interlaced or fingers hooked. Rise back to your seat, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, cactus shape arms. Eagle arms, left elbow underneath the right. Taking your time, finding beauty, ease, fluidity in the journey to the posture. And even in the posture, maybe there are tiny movements aligned with the breath to find ease while you're in the posture. A little hug. Open up the space underneath your shoulder blades. Arms reach out. They sweep back up. Draw into cactus and eagle arms other way, right under left. And a hug. Arms sweep out. And make your way into your child's pose. I'll meet you there. Just a heads up that if you are watching for guidance, as opposed to listening or with your listening, I will not be doing downward dogs today, given my foot and ankle situation. In your child's, come back to your intention or your dedication. Rock the head a little left and right like you could work that into your gray matter. Breath flowing in and out with ease. Making your way into tabletop, cognizant of how you get there. Finding grace in your own way. Cat shapes and cow shapes. Movement in and of themselves. Fingers are nice and wide. Finger pads, thumb pad, the base of the thumb, the outer edge of the hand, all connected to the earth. Matya. Fluid. Any other shape, any other movement that calls to you, feel free to take it here. And we're going to settle into this tabletop. We're going to actually start with a twist. So make sure your right hand is under your right shoulder. And the left arm floats high. Thread the left arm behind the right wrist. You might sneak your right hand forward. You'll come onto your left forearm or upper arm or your shoulder blade. Lengthen your neck. That right hand plants under your shoulder to unravel from the posture. A couple more cows and cats, or cats and cows. Long, straight, strong spine. Twist the other way. Taking your time to find your way there. What works for you, what aids in releasing the toxins from your spine, aids in any digestion if you've had your breakfast. Unwind your way, aware of how the body is moving, how the breath is guiding it. We're going to go ahead and reach the left leg long behind us, the heel reaching toward the back of your space. Square the hips up, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Knee to nose. Lengthen. And once again, knee to nose. Lengthen, sweep that left leg out to the left. And then sweep it around to the right, over the right calf. You're placing the shoelace side of the left foot onto the ground and gliding the front of your left hip toward your right heel. You might come to your forearms here. If you like a little extra challenge for the stretch, you can tuck your left toes under and reach your heel away from you. A little rounding between the shoulder blades. If you're feeling any constriction in your right glutes or along the outer edge of your right thigh, breath, matya, ease, wave of ease, of fluidity. Return to a three-legged tabletop and draw your knee above your right elbow, your left elbow. It might not touch. Inhale, extend. And the knee returns to the mat. This time, right leg stretches behind, opposite leg. Two knee to noses, one at a time. Leg sweeps out to the right, and then over to the left. Finding this beautiful stretch. Front of the right hip toward the left heel. Aiming the breath wherever there feels like tightness or constriction or stress or emotion. Return to your three-legged table. Draw your right knee above your right elbow. Inhale, extend. And drop your knee to the ground. Little swishy, swashy, wiggly, wobbly, wibbly. And if you like, you're going to move into a downward dog, moving your hands forward a couple of inches, shifting the bottom upward, maybe pedaling out the legs, perhaps keeping some easement in your knees. We're going to take a three-legged dog, first floating the left leg high and stacking the left hip over the right, bending the right knee. You might take ankle circles, open and close your toes. Inhale, extend to your three-legged dog and draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend to your three-legged dog and return to downward dog. This time the right leg extends upward. Open up your dog. Right hip over left. Maybe bend the knee. Circles with the ankle, open and close your toes. Lengthen that leg, three-legged dog, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend, and back to your downward dog. Rise to your tiptoes. And on your tiptoes, take a walk all the way to your hands. The heels will come down when it makes sense. Forward fold at the front of your mat. Ragdoll. Release your hands, halfway lift. 2 cycles of breath. And a fold. Gently, with awareness, guide your body upright to mountain pose. Hands by your sides. Feel the power of nature, of earth, lifting the inner arches of your feet. Draw that energy upward to the hips, to the shoulders, to the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach in front. Stay here for the breath out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe the feet come a little together, maybe they don't. Inhale, rise up to standing. Breathe out, find your fold. A halfway lift. Forward fold, guide your body upright. This time, arms will reach overhead. We'll drop the left arm for a little tilt over to the left. Even in things like the tilt, find the process, find the flow, find the ease of movement that maximizes your practice. Opening up that right rib cage, pressing in with the outer edge of that right foot. Lift up nice and tall. Right arm drops and tilt other side. Inhale, rise up, cactus shape arms. And the hands drop behind to either interlace or hook the fingers. Once again, we're going to draw into a chair pose as we extend our arms downward and open up the heart. In your chair, energy in your heels. Thighs as if they're spinning toward one another. Heart shining forward. And we'll take a fold over our legs. Exhale, release, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Left foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Extend your front leg to fold over it. Peel forward, runner's lunge. Extend and lengthen, fold. Inhale, runner's lunge. One more time, lengthen and fold. Inhale, runner's lunge. Drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana. East-west twist, right arm forward, left arm back, or left arm forward, right arm back. And deepen the twist, left hand down, right arm high. If you like a half split or a whole split, take that here. It's not something I can do with my ankle. So I'm going to find my way back to Anjaneyasana. In your half split, so you can press the ball of the foot of the extended leg down and then lift it up with the toes pointing toward your chest. We're going to find our way into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So hands will frame your front foot, back toes will tuck under, hips lift high, and then you shorten your stance. You're driving to have your hips even Steven. It might mean your front knee is bent. Details are important. How will you step forward into your forward fold? Take your time. Half lift. Forward fold. Find an easement of the root to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Samastini. Shrug your shoulders up toward your ears. Press them behind you, let them go. Again, shrug them up. Press them behind you, let go. And one more time. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands can be wherever it feels okay for you in this pose. If you'd like to try a little balance, you might shift onto one foot and lift the other knee up toward the chest. Something I like to practice. Inhale, rise to standing. Breathe out for your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step to a high plank, making your way to a low plank. Your back bend and downward facing dog. Breathe in. Release. And in. One more time. In whatever way you choose, but choose it, make your way back to the front of your mat for forward fold. Bring your feet about hips width distance, maybe a little wider. Left fingertips plant on the mat under your nose, the left knee bends. The heel of the right hand comes behind you at your low back, and we press up to a half lift. We're working that right leg nice and long. On an exhale, we twist. Exhale, right hand replaces the left. Left leg extends, right knee bends. Left hand at your low back. Half lift. Exhale, twist. And a forward fold, feet heel toe toward one another, halfway lift. Forward fold, rise up to standing, sunrise. And sunset, finding your way. This time, right foot glides to the back of the mat for a runner's lunge. Extend your front leg, fold over it. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, extend and fold. Peel forward with the heart, runner's lunge. And one more time. Back knee drops. Take your time, find your way. Guide with ease, Anjaneyasana. And there it is. East-west pose, right arm forward, left arm behind. Deepen the twist, right hand down, left arm high. Big toe mound of that left foot, really pressing to the earth. And then you move into your half split, especially if you did it on the other side. I will return to Anjaneyasana. And Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose, hands frame your front foot. Find your way with as much ease as possible. It's hard with my sprained ankle. Both feet roughly pointing forward. As much energy in your heels as possible. Finding your way to the forward fold at the front of the mat. Rise to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to remain here and I will encourage you to find your way, sweeping your arms overhead into your vinyasa, moving into the forward fold, a halfway lift, forward fold, step or hop, high plank, low plank, your back bend, and downward facing dog. Meet me at the front of the mat in your way. If you'd like to take an open three-legged dog again, feel free. If you'd like to hop, skip, jump, crawl, or walk. At the front of the mat, Samastihi. Hands together at your heart. Eyes might be closed. I find my body likes to do a little rocking. That is one of the things that gives it ease. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. Step the left foot to the back of the mat and turn both sets of toes toward the long edge of the mat. You want a nice wide stance here. Hands by your sides, arms up in a wide V, 5-pointed star. We're going to take the fingers and make a fist, but leave the thumbs out. Kind of like a thumbs up. Power pose. I'm going to open the palms, lift them up, and then as we press the palms down, we're going to bend into the knees, breathing the energy down toward the feet. Palms face up. We're going to lift more good energy out of the earth. Up overhead. Palms face down, bringing energy in front and through us, all the way to the ground. Mix that energy up with more good energy, arms out and up, legs lengthen. This time we're going to fold all the way down, hands at the heart, come halfway down. Maybe you stay here with your hands on your hips, or on an exhale, you come all the way down. You're welcome to take Skandasana if it's part of your practice, which is pointing the feet outward a little bit, moving left and right. Bringing your sitting bone down to the earth on one side and then the other. Maybe not all the way. You might find a deeper posture here, maybe frog pose. Maybe bring your hands behind your ankles. Maybe find a little sway left and right, or walk your hands left and right. One more cycle of whatever you're doing. Hands draw to your hips or thighs, rise halfway up, use your belly, rise all the way up. We're going to move our way into warrior twos and triangles here. You're going to go ahead and point the right toes toward the front of your mat. Bend your right knee. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. It's my first warrior two in like 8 weeks. Arms sweep out. Gaze is over the middle finger on the right hand. Press into that back heel. Flip your front palm for a reverse. Open up, take your time, find a little dance coming back to your warrior two and into your reverse. Finding motion, finding ease, opening up the ribs and lungs. After the next reverse, we'll find a side angle. The right forearm inside the right thigh. And the left arm sweeps around and up over the left ear. We're opening up the heart. Back to your warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, lengthen your front leg. Maybe shorten your stance or dial your left toes toward the upper left corner of your mat. Arms return to a T. I'm going to stay in this stacked shoulders over hips approach as we shift the left hip back a little bit. Bring the right arm forward like it's leading the way. And then the right hand down, left arm high. It does not matter if your right hand is inside your thigh, your knee, your calf, your ankle, touching the ground. You can take a half bind here if that's part of your practice or you want to check it out. I find it can align my shoulders and my hips a little bit better. Rise back up and return to a warrior two, bending your front knee. Find ease, find flow, find fluidity. Getting from here to there is as important as the posture itself. I'm going to turn toward the long edge of the mat again. This time we're going to clap our hands over our heads. We're going to bend our knees, bring the arms out. Press back to standing, clap hands, and take 3 more of those. We're going to move into warrior two on the other side. So the right foot comes parallel to the front of the mat. The left toes point to the back of the mat. We find our bent knee in the front, in the left leg, arms out in a T, and the gaze is over the left hand. Really working the left glutes and thigh to bring that left knee away from the body, behind the body. Flip your front palm, reverse. Return to warrior two. And then dance this posture. Reverse in warrior two as slowly or quickly as you like. Finding flow, finding ease. Next reverse, we'll move into side angle with the forearm inside the thigh. Again, finding your half bind if that feels good, or keeping that right bicep over the right ear. Rise back to warrior two. Lengthen the left leg. Hands to your hips for a moment as you shorten your stance. We're going to find our way back into triangle, Trikonasana, arms out in a T. Being sure to gather the belly in, firm up the thighs, firm up the glutes. And then reach forward with that left hand is leading the body. I have to fix my left foot. Drop the left hand, raise the right. Heart is opening toward the sky. You might find it works a little better to open the heart using a bind. Bend the left knee, come back to your warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. Return to the long edge of your mat. We're going to take one more forward fold here. Hands into the hips, halfway down. Breathe in, all the way down. Again, it might feel good to work the Skandasana movement or move your hands forward or backward or whatever the body calls for here. Wherever you are, imagine you're pressing the ground away to lift the hips. I'm going to rise halfway up. Point the right toes to the front of the mat. Come around, bringing the left knee down. Don't watch me, it's a little less graceful. Point the right foot out to the right and take a lizard twist. If you'd like to move immediately into a full lizard, feel free to make that happen. When you're set with the first side, lizard twist or lizard, or both of those things, find your way into your lizard twist, lizard combo, or single on the other side. And make your way into your tabletop. You are welcome to take a vinyasa and make your way there from down dog, if that makes sense. We'll join one another in Anahatasana, inchworm pose. I'm going to keep the hips right over the knees and then walk the hands forward like it's like a puppy or a kitty finding its place to lie down. Head, chin, or chest comes to the mat. If there's resistance, that's okay. Place something underneath your head. You can always bend the elbows outward to ease the shoulders. And imagine here, you're breathing in healing white light. And you're breathing that light out once it's imbued in your body to the person or persons to which you're dedicating your practice. The breath, the light of ease, of healing, of comfort. And here, that's connecting you to your dedication and connecting you to all beings. Their healing white light coming into the space behind your heart and helping to fill the body. I'm going to tap the tailbone a little bit. Find your way to a child's pose. And then again, whatever way makes sense, the most easeful, is that a word? Way, all the way onto your back. We're going to work our way into a couple of bridge poses. Feet are on the ground, knees are bent, heels come toward your bottom, but they don't have to come super close. Sneak the shoulder blades downward toward your feet, and then lengthen your neck. Draw the belly in and tilt your tailbone toward the sky. And when you're ready, on an inhale, float the knees forward, lift your hips. Squeeze the glutes. Activate the hamstrings, tilt your tailbone toward the sky. Maybe snuggle the shoulder blades together to lift your heart up and back. Bridge is a wonderful posture to consider and guide and be very aware of how the body is moving in and out to protect your back. We're going to scoot that tailbone up and then imagine you're widening and lengthening the back as it comes all the way down to the mat. You might take a little wiggle waggle of the hips and the knees and set yourself up for and find your way into, with purpose, with choice, another back bend. And unzip all the way down to the mat, hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Maybe find knee circles. I'm going to rock and roll forward and backward until we come up to a seat. Join me there. Right leg long, left foot on the ground, harden toward your left thigh. Sit up tall for breath in. Take a twist on the breath out. Left hand behind, but it is not like a kickstand, it's more like a guide. We'll find our way into Shirshasana, our hip opener, but guide yourself nice and slowly forward. Left knee drops out. Sit up tall, draw your right toes toward you. Reach the heart past your foot. Rise back to your seat, bound to angle pose, soles of the feet together. You're welcome to sit up straight or find a fold, or if you prefer, you can go into starfish pose with a bigger diamond inside your legs, the hands scooping under your ankles to find your fold. Work our way upright and into our twist on the other side. Find your way there with ease. Don't force it. We go as far as the body guides, and if you've gone a teeny bit too far, if there's an indicator of that, you'll just draw backward a little bit, or draw out of it a little bit. Front and center, finding your way to Janu Shirshasana. Belly strong, rise up. Paschimottanasana, seated double-legged forward. Slow roll all the way down to your back, to the mat. Arms sweep up and overhead. Full body pencil stretch. Hands by your sides. We take the soles of the feet back to the mat. Shift your hips over to the right slightly so your knees can drop to the left. Arms flop out side to side, gaze moves toward the right. And if you like, if you have more space to work with, maybe the left ankle and foot come to the outside the right knee. And we shift all of that Finding a flow, getting from here to there in a way that makes sense for your body. Drawing the spine to the earth, shifting the hips to the other side, dropping the knees, bringing the ankle upward if that makes sense, and adjusting the head and neck and gaze to the left if possible. Any final movement or posture, any extra focus on getting from here to Shavasana with perhaps something in between, like a happy baby or a hug of the knees in or a legs up the wall. And make your way into your final resting posture. If possible, if you're lying down, feet are splayed, palms face up, and there's space between the arms and the side bodies. So posture for no effort. Place where everything you just practiced, breath, mindfulness, flow, movement, dedication, all of that intertwines here. Integrates, enables you to take away some of the merit and beauty of your practice when you leave your mat. Breathe in really fully. Release it out your mouth. Find your way to your seat, maybe through rolling onto one side first. You can keep your eyes closed or cast downward, whatever works for you. Sitting nice and tall. Maybe take the Matya Mudra again. Left palm facing down, right palm on top, fingers all touching, thumbs outward. The mudra of fluidity, of releasing constriction. I feel the gentle ease of the waves of my breath moving in and out of my body, washing over me. Drop your hands by your sides. With the palms up, reach the arms right out of the shoulders, left and right. Remain here. Next inhale, arms float overhead. Face the palms forward, remain here, loosening the shoulders, breathe in. Exhale, palms out in front, facing down. Breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, release the hands to the earth. This time a straight lift of arms out and up. Press the palms together. Maybe the chin lifts toward them. As you exhale, hands at your heart. We'll close our practice, gathering up all the healing white light that we have breathed in during this practice. Pulling together all of the merits of the practice and sending that sense of healing and ease outward to those we've brought to our dedication and perhaps all beings. We'll use Om to do so. If you'd like to chant, please join in. If it doesn't make sense, no worries. You can use your breath. Breathe the air out of your lungs. Inhale deeply. Thumb knuckles connect at your center forehead. May all beings be happy. May they be free from suffering. May they live and move with ease. Namaste. Heartfelt thanks to all of you who joined live and all of you who will watch on video. Hopefully you'll practice on video too. Today is our first day, July 22nd of 2023, that we are doing Stretch and Sip at the Featherbed Inn. So from here, I'll make my way over to Waitsfield for an 11 a.m. extravaganza of gentle yoga, fresh homemade scones, iced coffee, iced tea, and wonderful conversation. If perhaps one day you would like to join, feel free to register on the website, and otherwise I will see you at some point, hopefully soon. Take care. Have a good one.